I knew months and months ago that I wanted to do something very special for Suicide Awareness Month, and this idea just hit me. It's because a lot of people are dealing with anxiety and depression, and nobody wants to talk about it. You know, it's something that we just smile and act like everything's all right, but I feel like I need to be vocal about the struggles that I really have had, in hopes that somebody else will be impacted, you know, inspired, and feel like they're not alone. So
from a young age, my parents have been divorced, and I just felt hopeless, and I had to raise myself, and I just felt lost, and I just tried one thing after another just to leave, because I felt like that would be better. I was trying to find different things, and I would feel like trying to fill those the brokenness and the hopelessness with like drugs and alcohol, and none of those would work. And so then I just resorted to the last thing, and that was attempts of suicide. I met Austin when he came to my school with Engine Radio, where he briefly told his story, and it immediately grabbed my attention, and it was super relatable. And he posted on his Snapchat story the next day talking about how he has this mentor and how he's a big help and how he continues to help him and how big of an impact he's made and continues to make. And I just slid up to Austin, and I was like, that's what I want. Austin answered me back and was like, here's Kristens' number, and gave me Kristens' number, and I ended up hitting her up a couple days later, and we've just been rolling since then, and it's been a little over a year now.
I'm Alive is really a celebration of life. It's exactly what it says it is. It's a celebration of life for anyone that's overcome any type of obstacle in life, especially anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, something that I've dealt with personally. So, you know, I was talking to a guy named Mike Castor, and I said, man, I told him how I had such a big passion on my heart to want to do something this month. And he said, man, let's do something here at the church. So I came in, I talked to Pastor Brandon. As soon as I presented the idea, I said, man, I'm looking at a possible venue location. He said, dude, I'm sold. Him, Pastor Robert came in. They were like, man, we started planning that day.
We was here one day at work, and Austin Lanier showed up at our office, and he just came to talk. And in the middle of our conversation, he began to tell me his idea, his vision for I'm Alive. He shared with me the testimony of his friends that had taken their own life when he was young. He shared with me his struggle with depression. You know, being a pastor, working with the youth, as well as working with their parents, I understand what a lot of them go through. So when Austin approached us about this vision, we just wanted to get behind it 100%. We believe in him, we believe in his ministry. He's been here several times to talk to our youth. I know that he mentored some youth that are in our church. So we just wanted to jump on board and do all we could to help it come to pass. And we were thinking about that in the middle of darkness, in the middle of depression, in the middle of loss, how do we celebrate people that are no longer with us? We said we celebrate it by living our life to the fullest. And so the whole concept is to let young people know, hey, you're alive. Make the best of your life, make the best of yourself. Even in adverse situations, you can overcome through Christ. All things are possible. You have purpose. You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. So the theme, I'm Alive, that's where it came from. We sat down, we began to take his vision and run with it, and all this began to come together. So
it was about a month and a half before, you know, the 29th came, so we had a real quick timeline, but God really just put the most amazing people in the process to make it happen so quickly. And I walk around now and see everything happen, and it's just amazing, man. It's so surreal to me.
I could make a song about my shiny necklace, but I would rather make a song that talks about all my depression. They think I'm fine because I'm smiling, but inside I'm stressing. Swear my anxiety's so high, it's got me feeling desperate.
It's crazy because, you know, months ago, this idea, this event was non-existent. And now just to see it come into life is just so surreal to me. I'm so thankful, and I'm really hoping and praying that moving forward, it's something that continues to leave a legacy, something that's much bigger than Austin Lanier, much bigger than my music, much bigger than even this church. I mean, I want it to be something that impacts a culture of people to say, you know what, let's celebrate the fact that we're alive and give hope to those that are struggling. So I hope that I'm Alive 18 is just the beginning of something that continues. If I was to die tomorrow, I hope that I'm Alive 2019 is even more lit than it was this year.